Okay, so I have already signed in to my university's library database. And so this is the search engine here inside of the university library's database. And I have already selected art and architecture as a subcategory for a database that I would like to search. Okay, so I just did a random selection there, and we're going to talk about Boolean phrases. There's different search modes that you can use. Some are for narrowing your search, are for expanding your search, depending on whatever it is that you're searching for and what you're trying to achieve. So a Boolean search allows you to combine words and phrases using the words and or not or the word or, known as a Boolean operator. This limits, broadens, or defines your search. A good researcher should know how to do a Boolean search, okay? So, for instance, you can say Warhol and Basquiat and search that way. And that's if you want to find all of the results that you can that involve both of these artists. And you can type in Warhol or Basquiat. Okay, and that will turn up a lot of the same results. And then you can say Warhol, not Basquiat. Because suppose you type in a search for Warhol, because they work so closely together in the world of art, then usually if you search for Warhol, you'll get a lot of you'll get a return of a lot of material that includes Basquiat. And anytime you do a search for Basquiat, you may get a return for a lot of materials that also include Warhol because they did work closely together. So that's a case where you would want to put in the term not so that you can only turn up Warhol results. And then we're going to do the same thing in reverse. So you can see how that works as well. So let's say you want Basquiat, not Warhol. And you do a search that way. And then you should get results for Jean-Michel Basquiat without anything with references to Andy Warhol. Okay. So that's a really nice way to go about doing a search. It's a fairly easy way to narrow a simple search when you're just looking for a particular subject. Now, depending on what you're looking for, you'll see a refined results section. And as always, you can limit, and it gives you options to what you would like to limit to. And publication dates, this is if you're looking for something very specific, a very specific title, then you have publication dates for it. You'll be able to type those in. And then there's also source types, so you can look for all results, magazines only. Okay, and you can also put in biographies. Let's put in biographies as well. And then you can search all databases, art and architecture, history and science. So it's always going to give you options where you can narrow your search further, okay? So let's just go ahead and click on some. Here's a periodical that's in French. And it gives you an option to do a Google Translate here if you would like. And let me just show you all of the options that this gives you. So you can have an HTML full text, a PDF full text of this document. Okay. You can upload to your Google Drive. You can add it to a folder. You can print, email, save, cite, which is always a great feature. So if you have to cite this particular document for a paper that you're writing, then here's all of the citations that you have to choose from, depending on what you're required to, what format you're required to use. All right. You can link to this, and it pretty much gives you everything that you need to save it, to share it, to download. And it gives you all of the information on this particular piece, the authors, where it's from, the type of document it is. This is an article, and so on. Okay. Okay, so let's try another search. Okay, let me just make sure I have this spelled all the way correctly. Okay, so we're still inside of the art and architecture database. And now we're looking for an architect, Frank Lloyd Wright. And let's narrow this down a bit. Let's go peer reviewed. Let's do biographies. All right. So this has given us 18 results. All right. So let's just click on this one. And again, you're going to get all of the information on this document. The document type is an article, a biography. It gives you an abstract here. All right. And of course, all of the different tools here on the side. Where you can download, send yourself a copy, export, and so on. Okay.